Alright, listen up, because I'm about to drop some truth bombs that most people won't tell you. They want you to keep chasing the next shiny object, the next quick fix. But I'm here to tell you, the secret to making serious money, to building a life you actually love. It isn't always about what you do from 9 to 5. It is about what you do from 5 to 9. You feel me? It is about your evenings. And let me tell you, for the longest time, my evenings were an absolute disaster. I mean, it is quite ironic, isn't it? Most of us, we spend our workdays dreaming about our free time, right? Counting down the minutes until that clock hits 5. And then, when evening finally arrives, and this might resonate with you, we waste it. We end up scrolling mindlessly, watching random videos, or just sitting there feeling too tired to do anything meaningful. Listen, I understand completely. I used to be exactly like that. Actually worse than that. Every evening was just a blur of exhaustion and missed opportunities. It was like my brain just shut down. The energy, the drive, it was all gone. Poof. Until something transformed how I spend my after-work hours. Before you think, oh great, another set of impossible habits, another guru telling me to wake up at 4 a.m. and meditate for 2 hours. Pause for a moment. What you're about to learn isn't another collection of rigid rules or unrealistic routines. Trust me, I'm allergic to that stuff. These are proven strategies that I've seen work time and time again. Strategies that work with your natural energy, not against it. Because forcing yourself to do something you hate, that is a surefire way to burn out. And burnout, my friends, that is the express train to broke. These are simple changes, and I mean genuinely simple, that transform your evenings from recovery time into growth time. From just existing to actually building something. In the next few minutes, and seriously consider taking notes for this, because this information is gold, we'll explore 8 powerful systems that work together to help you reclaim your evenings. We'll cover everything from energy management, which is different from what you might expect, to digital wellness, from psychological techniques to practical habits. Basically everything you need to turn your evenings into the best part of your day. And I mean that, this isn't just about feeling better. This is about building a better future. Chapter 1, Routines and Structure. Now, I know what you're thinking. Routine structure sounds boring, right? Like something your grandma would tell you to do. But hear me out. The way you spend your evenings it dictates your productivity, your mood, your relationships, even your bank account. But most people get it all wrong about fixing their after-work hours. They focus so much on time management, when what they really need is energy management. And that, my friends, is the game changer. Consider this for a moment. Your evening isn't just numbers on a clock. Really, it is about your energy levels. Your mental state, your ability to actually enjoy life after work. And that is exactly what we need to work on together. Forget trying to cram more into your day, we're going to optimize what you already have. Let's start with something I consistently practice. And it sounds almost too simple to be true, but it is pure magic. The shutdown ritual, it is beautifully simple. Take 3 deep breaths and physically close your laptop. What makes this effective? It is not just some cute habit, it is actually a psychological trigger that tells your brain work mode off. It is a mental switch, a clear demarcation. You're literally telling your brain, hey, we're done here, time for something else. Next, most people tend to stumble. They see their evening as this big, amorphous blob of time, and then they wonder why they end up doing nothing. We need to implement a strategy known as the 90-minute evening block system. Your brain naturally works in 90-minute focus cycles, instead of seeing your evening as this one big chunk of free time, which, let's be honest, can feel overwhelming. We're going to break it into what I call power blocks. I'll explain. Block 1, recovery. This is your decompression time. No decisions, no planning, just pure recharge. And yes, you need this. This isn't laziness. This is strategic rest. Whether it is listening to music, taking a warm bath, or just staring at the wall. Don't skip this. Your future self will thank you. Block 2. Growth. Whether it is learning something new, getting some movement in, or working on a hobby, this is when your energy starts climbing back up. This is where you invest in yourself, where you pick up that book, learn that new skill, or finally get to that side project. This is the time to feed your brain, to expand your horizons, because every new skill, every piece of knowledge is an asset. And assets, my friends, they compound. Block 3. Connection. Your energy is balanced now, making it perfect for quality time with family or friends. This is where you nurture your relationships, where you connect with the people who matter most. Because let's be real, what is all that money for if you don't have anyone to share it with, right? Something unexpected. And this transformed my approach. Reverse scheduling. Most people, they plan from morning to evening, but consider this. Your evening affects your morning more than your morning affects your evening. Think about it. A bad night's sleep, a chaotic evening that poisons your entire next day. So we're going to flip the script. Start with when you want to sleep. Then structure your evening blocks backward from there. Decide when you need to be in bed, then work your way back. It forces you to be intentional, to prioritize, to protect your sleep. And finally, the 2-minute evening reset. Every time you switch activities, take just 2 minutes to physically reset your space. Clear your desk, adjust the lighting, change your clothes if you need to. These might seem like small actions, but they create profound changes. They have a massive impact. It is like little mini resets throughout your evening, keeping you fresh and focused, preventing that mental clutter from building up. Chapter 2. Digital Wellness. Alright, let's discuss something that affects all of us, something that is quietly robbing us of our evenings, and frankly, our sanity. A well-designed evening requires digital boundaries. Consider this comparison. Vampires drain energy in those old movies, right? Well, your phone and laptop are like that. They're energy vampires quietly draining your evening potential. They suck your focus, your creativity, your peace of mind. I'm going to show you how to turn these devices from evening destroyers into evening enhancers. Because technology isn't inherently evil, it is how we use it. Let me share an unconventional approach. I call it app mortality. The challenge. Every evening, delete one app from your phone. I know. It sounds drastic. A common concern is, but what if I need it tomorrow? And that is fine. You can always reinstall it. But what is remarkable is that 90% of the time, you won't even remember which app you deleted. Seriously, try it. It is like a digital declutter, and it is incredibly freeing. You'll realize how many apps are just noise, just distractions. Here is another approach. I call it the analog hour. It is beautifully simple. 1 hour before bed, your devices go to sleep before you do. But the crucial element that most people miss, don't just turn them off. Actually put them in a different room. Consider this. Your bedroom becomes this amazing sanctuary. Instead of feeling like a satellite office, no glowing screens, no buzzing notifications, just peace, pure, unadulterated peace. It is amazing what a difference it makes for your sleep and your brain. To be clear, digital minimalism isn't about living like it is 1985. It is about using technology intentionally. It is about being in control. Not letting your phone control you. What is effective? Choose 3 essential apps for your evening. That is it. Everything else, I've learned, it is just digital noise, notifications, endless scrolling. Those are just dopamine hits, keeping you hooked, keeping you distracted, and distraction. My friends, that is the enemy of progress. Another effective approach is what I call screen life separation tactics. The idea is to create physical barriers between you and your screens. For example, try putting your charger in the kitchen, keep your laptop in a drawer, use a real alarm clock instead of your phone. These might seem like such small changes, but they build what I like to call a fortress around your evening peace. A fortress against the digital onslaught. Remember this, technology should serve your evening, not steal it. These aren't just rules I'm sharing with you, they're really keys to unlocking the evening you deserve. The evening where you're in charge, where you're present, where you're actually living. Chapter 3, Psychological Techniques. Now that we've handled our devices, we'll focus on something equally important, our minds. Your mind is essentially the control room of your evening, and these psychological techniques, they're not just tips from some dusty old book. They're real transformations I've seen work for your after work. Hours both in my life and with hundreds of others I've worked with. Because let's be honest, most of the battle is fought in here, in your head. An important insight that changed how I think about screens, what I call digital sunset protocols. Consider this. Your brain doesn't distinguish between digital light and sunlight. So when you're staring at those screens until midnight, your brain thinks it is high noon. It is like you're telling your body, hey, it is still daytime, stay awake, and then you wonder why you can't sleep. But the key insight isn't just about when you look at screens, it is about how you transition away from them. It is about winding down your brain, preparing it for rest. Something that transformed my evenings was creating what I call your evening sanctuary. And nope, this isn't just about throwing some comfortable pillows around, though. Those can help. It is actually about building a space that tells your brain, this is where transformation happens. Think dim lights, soft textures, calm colors. You see, your environment speaks directly to your subconscious mind, almost like a whisper. It is setting the stage for calm, for reflection, for growth. My own sanctuary is just a quiet corner in my apartment with a good reading lamp and a comfy chair. Simple, but effective. An interesting technique is future self-journaling. Every evening, try writing a letter to your morning self. But the psychological element that makes all the difference, don't write what you should do. Instead, write how you want to feel. You see, your brain has this amazing ability to reverse engineer the path to those feelings. If you write, I want to feel energized and focused tomorrow, your brain will actually start looking for ways to make that happen. It is like planting a seed for your future self. Speaking of mindset shifts, consider what I call the evening energy debt mindset. Most people see their evening as borrowed time from tomorrow. Like, oh, I'll just stay up late tonight. I'll catch up on sleep tomorrow. But the shift I recommend, stop thinking this way. Your evening isn't a debt you're paying. Think of it as an investment you're making. Each restful moment is actually building tomorrow's energy reserves. It is like putting money in your energy bank. The The more you invest tonight, the richer you'll be tomorrow. This approach is powerful. It is called the decision elimination strategy. By evening, your decision making muscles are literally exhausted. Think about it. You've been making decisions all day. Your brain is tired, so what works best? Eliminate every possible decision. Lay out tomorrow's clothes, pre-plan your meals, set up your morning space. Your future self will appreciate this, because every decision you eliminate tonight is mental energy you save for tomorrow. And that, my friends, is how you start your day ahead of the game. Chapter 4. Mindfulness and Emotional Intelligence Practices. The way we manage our thoughts naturally guides us to understanding our emotions. Your emotions aren't something you need to manage. They're actually signals waiting to be understood. And in your evenings, these signals become incredibly powerful tools for transformation. Most people, they try to shove their emotions down, ignore them, or worse, distract themselves with endless scrolling, but that is like ignoring a fire alarm. It just makes things worse. First up, something unexpected, micro-meditation moments. Now forget everything you know about sitting for an hour in lotus position. We're going to think smaller, much smaller, for instance. When you pour your evening tea, and I do this every single day, just feel the warmth of the cup. When you sit on your couch, notice 3 points where your body touches the surface. These tiny moments of awareness, they work like hitting a reset button for your mind. They bring you back to the present, they ground you, and they only take a few seconds. No excuses. Own practice transformed my evenings, and it is creating an evening awareness protocol. You see, most of us, myself included at one point, rush through our evenings on autopilot, but I discovered your evening has a pulse. Try this. Every hour, take just 10 seconds to name your current emotion. That is all. Just name it. Don't try to change it. Don't judge it. Just acknowledge it. The simple act of naming emotions actually reduces their power over you by 40%. This is where transformation happens. It is like shining a light on something in the dark. Once you see it, it loses some of its fear. Present moment anchoring. Pick 3 everyday evening activities. Maybe it is brushing your teeth, washing dishes, changing clothes. These become your mindfulness anchors. When you do these activities, you're not just going through the motions, you're practicing presence. I found that these mundane moments can become your most powerful meditation. Instead of rushing through them, use them as opportunities to connect with the present moment, to truly be where you are. Try practicing emotional energy tracking. Your emotions aren't random at all. They follow patterns, just like everything else in nature. Try this. Keep a simple energy scale from 1 to 10, track it 3 times each evening. After 2 weeks, you'll start seeing your emotional rhythms as clearly as your daily schedule. You'll start noticing what drains you, what energizes you, what triggers certain moods. And once you know the patterns, you can start to optimize. The evening emotional audit might sound intense, but it brings freedom. Before bed,